Hello, and welcome to Healthy Life with Kimmi. Well, hey guys, I am Kimmi, and for those of you who are new to the channel, I am on a healthy weight loss journey. I have chosen Weight Watchers as my preferred method, but whatever you are doing, you are welcome to the party. Be it keto, Play-Doh, whatever you're doing, everyone's welcome to the party. Well, today is the day we're going to talk about how to prepare for special occasions, which happens all year long. There's always something going on. There's a wedding, there's a baby shower, right? There's the holidays. There's just so much always going on. We have time off from work, vacation. So today I'm going to give you 10 tips that will help you to prepare. Things that I've actually done also while I'm on my journey. At this point, I've lost almost 25 pounds. I'm hoping to cross that threshold any day now where I can actually go over 25, but I'm feeling amazing. And I'm just so excited. So I just want to share my journey with you and continue to do so. So let's get right into it. So number one is plan ahead. Plan ahead. Go ahead and have you some snacks already prepared. Maybe you might prepare to make sure you have a good breakfast so you don't indulge too much at lunch or dinner, right? So preparation is going to be a key because you are going to be hungry. Don't try the method of waiting until dinner time or whatever the special event is and I'll just eat then, because you're going to overeat. So have a little bit before you start, okay? It's my recommendation. That might mean having an apple and some cheese, or, you know, make sure you have some oatmeal that morning, or a smoothie and an egg or something like that to kind of get your stomach started and everything. So you're not just at the time that, like I said, the event happens and you're just like, woo, give it to me, and you're eating everything, okay? So that's tip number one. Let's plan ahead. Number two is to stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. This is another tip that will help you to avoid overeating. And it has helped me. Sometimes before I go out, I'll purposely have a cup of water or, you know, a glass of water while I'm at dinner even. I'll drink some before, you know, while you're looking at the menu perhaps. And I'll have a little water to make sure, hey, you know, I'm not just starving by the time the main meal comes, okay? So making sure you stay hydrated. If you don't like water, I did do a video on that. You may add some lemon to it, maybe add some strawberries to it or something, but try to stay hydrated because that's going to be a major key to helping you not to overeat at the event, okay? Number three, eat mindfully. Pay attention to what you're eating. Pay attention to your cues. If you're actually hungry, try to eat a little slower. And this is one that I'm still working on. I did a whole video on this. I eat too fast. I am still working on it. I am still working. I need to just cross off my notes here. Yeah, I'm still working on that one, guys. I was just at a friend's house recently and I was the first one done eating again. Always the first one done eating. And I told my friend, I said, that is something that I'm working on. I'm supposed to be working on. As I'm eating, put the fork down, have a little conversation, pick the fork back up. So I'm still not 100% doing that, okay? But full disclosure, but I am still working on it. So I want you to do the same thing at these events. Whatever the event is, try to be mindfully aware what you're eating. Because it's easy to walk around the room, hey grandma, hey auntie, and you talking and eating and talking and eating, and before you know it, you've eaten 2 or 3 platefuls, and that's even before of that. That's appetizers before the main meal comes, right? So just try. I know it's going to be hard because, again, we got these special events. We're all excited. Everyone's, yeah, you know. But we want to really try to be mindful of what we're eating. Number 4, portion control. If you're going to have something higher calorie, especially, I'm not saying don't have it, because I'm not that person going to say, girl or guy, you know what, don't have it. You need some willpower. No, if you want you a piece of chocolate cake, you might just want you a piece of chocolate cake, or it might be grandma's stuffing and you haven't had it in a long time, or somebody made their special macaroni and cheese, you know, 6 different cheeses, and you're like, man, I really want that. So you may have a little bit of it, you know, but just don't deprive yourself, because if you deprive yourself the rest of the event, you're going to be miserable. Everybody might be watching you and they know that's your favorite. You know, mommy made your favorite pecan pie, you know, and you didn't eat any of it, right? So it's not that we're worried about being embarrassed or whatever, because we're not. But I want you to go ahead and enjoy some of the things that you want, but just have a smaller portion of it. Now, sometimes you may be like me. I don't want a little portion. I want the whole thing. And if that's the case, then you have to just adjust for something else later. But go into it with the mindset of, I'm not going to deprive myself, but I'll just have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I'm going to have what I want to have, okay? Also, choose healthier options when you can. So if you have an option, they do have a fruit tray or a veggie tray. Maybe put a little bit extra on your plate of the veggies. So this is going to be tip number 5. Put a little bit extra on your plate of the veggies. So like, I know for myself, I love raw broccoli. Now, I don't always agree with me, but I love to dip a little bit, or get you some carrots or whatever they have, because most people do try to have a healthy option when we go to events and gatherings. They do. So eat a little bit of the healthier stuff and then go a little bit less on the heavy processed stuff and the sugary stuff. And that's going to help kind of fill you up too, and fill up some of that stomach space. And you'll just feel like you're participating. You know, it's nothing worse than you going somewhere and you have to say, oh, I'm on a diet. Oh, no, I can't. And everybody looking like, okay, you know all this food here, right? So you don't want to stand out. Again, we don't really care what people think, because this is our personal journey, our health. But participate in ways that you can, okay? And that's going to be, again, having some of the fruit options, having some of the veggie options, and then have some of the junk, because we're going to have some of the junk. Let's just be real. Okay, our next thing, number 6. Number 6 tip is to get active. Get active. Take a short walk after you eat. And I do this all the time. You guys know I'm big on walking. I'll walk in a parking lot wherever I'm at. If I'm at the grocery store, I'm taking an extra 5 minutes. You know, just leave my car, pack my groceries in the car, and then I'll just walk in the parking lot. Same thing when I go to people's house. I'm like, oh, hey, I'll be right back. I'll take my gym shoes. This is a tip. Take your gym shoes with you so you're prepared. You don't have to work up a sweat so you come back in and what we like to call outside smell around this place. We like, oh, that person was outside, because you can smell when somebody's been outside, right? So we're not going outside working up no whole sweat and, you know, trying to work a marathon, but just a little extra, just a few extra steps to kind of take off some of the pounds and help with some of the calories that we may have eaten extra, okay? Because let's just be real. Again, we have these special events coming up, and we're in the middle of some now, and maybe, again, you got your best friend's wedding, your funerals. It could be anything. It could be something at work. It's always extra treats at work around the holidays. Always extra treats. That was a rough time for me, and it still can be. When I see something special, I love like peppermint bark. You know, so it just depends on what your thing is. You know what your thing is. So just be mindful. Go into it prepared. You're going to battle. You're going to battle for your health. So when you want any kind of battle, any kind of war, you need to be prepared. So that's what we're going to do even when it comes to our health, okay? So you know what event is coming up. It's usually not a surprise. Plan ahead. That goes back to tip number 1. So let's go to number 7. So number 6, again, just to reiterate, is to make sure that you take your gym shoes with you and get a few extra steps, okay? You might even get somebody to come with you. There is always somebody at a gathering or a party that want to walk. There is always somebody. You would be surprised at who that person would be sometimes. I've been at different things, and the person who you least expect to say, oh, I'll go with you, they'll walk a few blocks with you, and they enjoy it, okay? You have a time to reflect on what's happening at the event, too. Good time to catch and kind of just talk or whatever, you know? So number 7, though, is to limit your alcohol consumption, okay? Because that's a quick way to get those calories up, is alcohol. Right now, my husband and I have decided we're not having any right now. So I haven't had any alcohol or coffee for about 2 weeks. And we're just feeling better. We're just feeling better. It wasn't any particular reason. We're both working on our health, of course, so we just decided for the next couple weeks, couple months, we're not having anything, and we have not. And it's funny because people notice when you don't drink, and you normally do. We had a couple people, somebody asked my husband, they was like, are you dry? And I was like, and we both didn't know what they meant at first because they're a little older. And they meant, oh, and then we figured out what they meant because they noticed that he wasn't drinking like he normally may have something. So we both like, I love fruity drinks. He's more of a wine, beer kind of person. So we do like drinks though. And margaritas, forget about it. But again, right now we've decided we're not doing any of that. We're just really cracking down around here, okay? So limit your alcohol intake. If you're going to have one, make sure you kind of plan it too. Do I want to have it with my dinner? Do I prefer to have it afterwards when everybody's kind of walking around casually? You know what I'm saying? Don't get there and start having one just because it's flowing, because that's me too. If I go to a gathering or a party or something and the alcohol is just flowing, I'm like, give it to me because it's free. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that though, because we still have to account for those calories the next day or our next weigh-in, okay? So kind of plan that ahead too. So enjoy everything in moderation is number 8. there are going to be treats that you want. Again, I love peppermint bark, and it's only certain times of the year that you can get that. Pumpkin I love pumpkin too. There's only certain times of the year they bring out the pumpkin stuff, you know? Pumpkin lattes, pumpkin donuts, pumpkin cake, pumpkin pie. I gotta tell y'all my pumpkin pie story really quick, and then we'll get back to the list. So when I used to live in Detroit. That's where I'm born and raised, a city girl, straight up in the city. And we moved to like a kind of rural area, my husband and I, when we first got married. And we went to a friend's house, and they presented me with pumpkin pie. So I tasted it. I had never had pumpkin pie before. To me, it looked like sweet potato. And that's how I grew up. We always said sweet potato pie. I'm sorry, y'all, my nose is itching. So we always said sweet potato pie. So I assumed it was sweet potato. So I'm eating it and everything. And I said, this tastes a little different. I was like, I wonder, is it old? Because there's a slight difference between sweet potato and pumpkin pie if you ain't never had pumpkin pie. But I do like pumpkin. So I didn't realize it though, like I said, until years later, because I never grew up having pumpkin ever. So I was like, something's wrong with this pie. So then we got to talking, and the person that gave it to me, she said, oh, that's pumpkin. I said, oh, okay, that would explain it then. Because again, I thought it was sweet potato, and I was all in, right? I'm like, give me some. So anyway, but all things in moderation. If there's something that you like, go ahead and have it, but just have a little bit, as we already talked about earlier. The next one, number 9, is do not skip meals. And I kind of talked about this earlier also. Don't break your regular meal routine. If you normally have 3 meals, have 3 smaller meals, okay? Or 2 smaller ones while you're anticipating and leading up to the big one. Don't skip, because if you do, you are not going to be happy, because you're going to indulge at that next meal, the real meal, you're going to tear it up. So have a little bit, make sure you have a little breakfast, have a little snack for lunch, and then when the big event happens, okay? And number 10 is have a positive attitude. Remember, this is a time to enjoy yourself, whatever the event is, whoever you are with. Don't stress so much about the food that you cannot think about the people you're with. Enjoy the time with your loved ones and your friends, okay? Because time is precious, you know? And I've often, you hear me talk about my parents, and sometimes events are difficult now because they're not there. I didn't even want to have an anniversary party this year because my parents are not here. My sister's not here. My father-in-law's not here. And I was just like, you know what? I'll just enjoy me and my husband. And now I did spend some time with my most special friends. I have one more couple that I want to hang out with, but I had an opportunity to hang out with all the closest people in my life that I would have loved to have been with and who I enjoy spending time with. I had a chance to have lunch with several of them individually, and it was really nice. It was really nice. So my husband and I will do something together, but this time of year can be very challenging. Any events and holidays when you're used to having your mom and your dad and you're not there. And a lot of times if you haven't experienced that, unfortunately, you don't understand. And I don't wish it on my worst enemy. I do not wish it on my worst enemy, the feelings that you experience, that loss, okay? So if you are by yourself, you know, just know that you are really not alone, and try to find someone that you can hang out with, maybe someone in a similar situation, maybe someone that can relate. There are plenty of people out there who've lost someone and they don't have anybody to spend time with. So this might be a good time for you to widen out and kind of invite them, you know, hey, I'm used to doing this with my mom, but maybe I'll start something new this year and invite my friend or my friend's mom, you know, because I have a lot of my friends' mothers that are close to me, like my mom. So, you know, it might be something like that. So just don't try to isolate yourself, because it's just not good mentally, and it can take you to some place you really don't want to go and can't come out of. So this is a whole nother topic. But I did want to share my 10 tips with you as far as surviving celebrations, surviving those special times of the year, and where you can still enjoy yourself, okay? So I'm still on my healthy weight loss journey. I am feeling good. If you cannot tell, I'm feeling amazing. So I will show you some pictures, as I promised, once I hit 25, a solid 25, because last time I was like 24 point something. And I will show you some pictures very soon, like a little progression, so you can see, because 25 pounds makes a huge difference. Imagine 25 pounds of anything. That's like a 1-year-old baby, you know, that I got rid of. So I'm feeling amazing. And again, my progress has been a little slow sometimes, but that's because I'm lifing, okay? Life is life, and I'm lifing right with it. So anyway, guys, until next time, I'm wishing you much peace and success in your journey, and enjoy your families. Do not forget, we are not starving. We are not depriving ourselves, okay? So until next time, know this is Healthy Life with Kimmi. Bye.